Opportunity for the Titans to try to attack the rookie with their rookie.
Chargers showing blitz. They pitch it to Pollard, who gets to the edge, and Pollard is out of bounds. He's knocked out of bounds by R.J. Mickens, but it's another big gain for a first down.
Checking, I think, the protection as much as anything to help these tackles.
Ward dumps it off Okonkwo. Little tight end screen. He'll be short of the first down. It'll be fourth down. Derwin James. All right, so 6'6", great size. Great arm strength, and it's intercepted. This could be a pick six for Cody Barton. It is! 20-yard interception return for a touchdown. It was intended for Keenan Allen.
Almost had a pick six last week. Watch Barton right here. He's going to undercut this route. Herbert is not expecting him to undercut Keenan Allen right there. Herbert stared down Keenan Allen the whole way.
Second down and 7. They've got the extra tight end and as a blocker. It's Fisk. They run it again, and he stood up. A flag comes in. Cedric Gray makes the tackle, and Vidal lost his hat on that.
Personal foul, face mask. Defense number 33 grabbed the helmet opening. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Ball spotted at the 44. Matlock comes in motion off the play fake. Herbert looking to throw. Pressure's coming. He said as he throws, pass is complete. He's got Trey Harris, the rookie, who's got great size. It'll be second down and 8. A gain of a little more than 2. Vidal moves from one side to the other in the backfield. And on second down, Herbert looking to throw. Stands in the pocket, zips it to the near side. Gadsden's got it along the sidelines, and he's taken down close to the 5-yard line. Amani Hooker makes the tackle. Well, the two tight ends on the right side off the play fake. Herbert looking to throw. Pass is complete. Matlock dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. It's his second reception of the year, and this one is a score.
Big man touchdown. He's listed as the fullback. He goes out in the flat. Jihad Ward is late to get to him. Ward thinks he's coming to block him. They're not going to throw it to the D lineman, are they? Yes, they are.
And James showing blitz for a moment. He will blitz a lot. Here he comes. Ward setting up in the pocket. Slings it sidearm. Pass is complete. Van Jefferson's got a first down up to midfield. On third down, Ward drops back to pass. Sets up and throws to the right. Incomplete. Big third down for Herbert. Herbert's under pressure again. Herbert is going down. He is sacked at the 7-yard line. And the Chargers will punt the ball away. Well, this is a good kick from J.K. Scott. DK backpedals inside the 35. He's got a few blockers. He slips one tackle, and he's into the open field. He points toward the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Titans. The explosive rookie.
It was only a matter of time. He gets the key block to the left right there on Dante Jackson. Makes die miss. Then they had the wall set up. Look at the walls. J.K. Scott has no chance. And if you've been paying attention to the Titans this year, you knew it was only a matter of time for these second-level linebackers to potentially stunt to try to get after Herbert again.
Bunch formation of receivers. Herbert looking to throw quickly. He's under pressure. Moves the pocket. Throws to his left. Pass is complete to his left. Keenan Allen's got a first down inside the 30-yard line, and he's knocked down at the 28-yard line. K.J. Winston makes the tackle.
But I wasn't sure who Herbert was throwing to, because watch, both Gadsden and Keenan Allen are pretty open to that side. Gadsden thought it was for him and put his right hand up. It's a good thing he put it down.
Here in the first quarter. Gadsden in motion. Off the play fake. Herbert looking to throw. Herbert, he dumps it off. He's got Fisk. And Fisk gets down to the 10. And that'll third down. He's looking to pass. He's looking to his left. He's dancing to his left. He throws to the back of the end zone over the head of Johnston. He is perfect inside the 40 for his career. High snap handled well. Kick is on the way. And it is good. And Ward drops back to pass. Steps up to the pocket. He doesn't run that often. He throws it short. And it's incomplete. It'll be fourth down. It was intended for Van Jefferson. Chargers go to work. Down 4. 12:04 to play here in the first half. Herbert goes to McConkey, and McConkey is able to stretch it across midfield and inside Titans territory.
Well, he's done it at a really high level.
Yeah, Herbert said he was banged up last year with the ankle, so he didn't run as much, but it is an emphasis. Here's McConkey, who makes a few people miss after the catch and gets down to the 33-yard line.
I'm trying to single-handedly make it not cool anymore. I think it's working.
First down. Herbert going to the end zone for Johnston. He's got it! Throw it over the top of the defender. It's a 20-yard touchdown pass from Herbert.
It was by Herbert, but I'm going to try. Watch Johnston. It's going to be a flag route towards the pylon. This is actually pretty good coverage for the Titans. He puts it right over the hands.
What's up?
On first down, off the play fake, Ward's under pressure. Ward dumps it off. He has Spears. Good eyes up the field. And Spears has some blockers and slices through the defense down to the 35-yard line. Mickens makes the tackle.
Could be 4-down territory here. In fact, should be.
Third down at 17. They hand it off to Spears. He tripped up in the backfield, but then keeps his feet moving and gets forward to the... Good snap, good hold. Kick is on the way, and it is good. He had plenty of leg. And he has tied this game up at 17 with 5:02 to play. Here.
They're going to entice Herbert to check it down.
1 for 3 on third down so far today. Toughest one of the afternoon. He throws on the run for Allen, who makes the leaping grab. They say that he is inbounds at the 48-yard line. What a grab. 0 for 4 on third downs. They do quick snap it. Pressures come in, and Henley takes him down. Dayon Henley. Right before the 2-minute warning, Herbert gets a playoff. He pumps a few times. Now he runs. He hasn't run all day, but he's going to run for the first down and more. Inside Titans territory, out of bounds. He's at the top. He and Keenan Allen. Herbert's in trouble again. Rolls to his right, throws to the far sideline, incomplete. He's hit as he throws. It'll be 4th down.
Snaps. It hasn't cost him yet, but it could.
This will be a 52-yarder. That snap was better. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good.
Give yourself a chance at Hail Mary.
Clock is winding down. Ward is hit, and it's picked up by one of the offensive linemen.
Football.
J.C. Latham took the deflection out of the air as time expires here in the first half. It'll be third down. They're 0 for 5 on third down conversions today. Pressure's coming again. Blitz was picked up. Pass is complete. Iamaner inside Chargers territory, and gives Spears credit.
What's up?
They'll hand the ball off to Pollard, and Pollard makes a few men miss. He gets through the defense, and he's got a first down. James makes the tackle.
Skill guys other than Ward look like real NFL productive players.
Their first trip into the red zone. They fake the pitch. Ward underneath. Pass is complete. Iamaner, he's shocked he's that open. He tries the stiff arm, and he gets inside the 10. Molden was there for the tackle. It's 4th and goal inside the 1. They stop the offensive line. They give it to Pollard. Pollard dives forward. I don't think he got it. He is stopped by the Chargers defense. What a stand by Los Angeles.
Is against Marcus Harris, the new nickel. Top of the screen.
Here comes the blitz from the Titans. Picked up by the Chargers, and the pass is complete to Allen, who's got the first down to the 31-yard line.
In Chargers franchise history.
Patterson in the ball game. He'll take the handoff. Patterson has a good burst on first down. Gets up to the 38-yard line. Vidal is in the game. Matlock comes in motion. Off the play fake. Herbert steps up. Avoids the pressure for a moment. Now he's going to run. Herbert has the first down in his sights, and he smashes his way forward for the first down. Woo! With the play clock winding down, he sees something, looking for Johnston, makes the shoulder grab, off shoulder grab. He got it.
You feel like you can do it.
A gain of 7 yards. It'll be second down at 8. He throws toward the 5. Gadsden, and he's down to the 3 at the 1-yard line of Los Angeles. They fake the shovel pass. Herbert rolls the pocket, now heads toward the end zone, slides in safely. Touchdown Chargers, 26-17. Picked up a few things on that slide.
Well, I love the fake. He gets out. There's nobody out there. You know, everybody's in man-to-man coverage. That's the problem with having man-to-man coverage in some of these situations. Nobody has Herbert.
Chargers showing blitz. Ward drops back to pass, steps up, he's sacked. Sacked again. Absolutely smothered. Now facing a 3rd down at 18. Trying to use more of this clock. He's under pressure again. He's sacked again. Jihad Ward. Off the play fake, he'll drop back to pass. Pressure's coming. He rolls the pocket, throws on the run. It's caught. What a grab by Helm, the tight end. O'Shea comes in motion. Ward looking that way. He moves the pocket again. He's directing traffic, just dumps it off to Pollard. That was a good read, and Pollard has a first down to the 28-yard line. Perryman makes the tackle.
Oh, another direct snap.
Yeah, he's in the backfield too. They go to Spears. He hesitated too much, then dives forward. He didn't get it. It's the second time today that the Chargers have stopped them on this spot, and they're going to kick a field goal here. 37-yard field goal attempt. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on its way to pull within one score. It is good. It is 27-20 with 4:19 to play in the 4th quarter.
They're a little bit late to get lined up here defensively.
They move Allen in motion. They hand it off to Patterson. Patterson steps to his right, is wrapped up by Draymond Jones, but he's still got up to the...
You think run to the right.
Off the play fake, Herbert will run to his left. It's a quarterback keep, and he's going to dive forward for the first down. Well, they're going to mark him about a half a yard shy of it.
The Chargers push.
Yeah, doesn't have the same rhythm to it, but it does have the same effectiveness.
Yep.
Oh, they do keep it, and Herbert's got the first down, and that'll take the clock under a minute to play, and that'll be it. The Broncos are currently tied in their game with the Texans, and later on the Chiefs take on the Bills as Herbert will just take a knee. And it was hard fought. This was not easy, but the Chargers come to Nashville and they win it by a final score of 27-20.